Okay, the next question under equations that we will be looking at would actually be a trinomial. We have x squared plus 45 minus 14x is equal to 0. What we first need to work with is the left hand side, and we need to make sure that it's in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. As we can see, the ax comes first, then we need to have bx, and if we look in the middle, that is not bx. Bx is at the end, and then the c is actually in the middle. So what we have to do is we have to rearrange that. So when we rearrange it, it's going to be x squared first, then the bx is going to be our negative 14x, and then plus 45 is equal to 0. Okay, now when it comes to a trinomial, we make sure that our leading coefficient is 1. In grade 9 level, we have only a coefficient of 1 in front. Then we're allowed to open up our two brackets directly, and that two brackets is going to be equal to 0. We look at our sign of the last term. If the sign of the last term is a positive, that tells me same signs. And that same signs meaning that both the brackets are going to have the same sign, and they can either be both positive or both negative. But I look at my middle term, that will guide me. If my middle term is negative, it means both is going to be a negative. Then I put the x in my one bracket, the x in the other bracket, because x multiplied by x give me a x squared. The next step is to take your 45, write down the factors of 45. That's going to be 45 and 1, and another one would be 9 and 5. Okay. Then it's clear to see that the 9 and 5 is the only one that can give me a 14 when I add them up. So I'm going to put the 9 and the 5 down. We end up having x minus 9 multiplied by x minus 5 equal to 0. The next step would be to take each bracket and make it equal to 0. So we say x minus 9 is equal to 0, or x minus 5 is equal to 0. Then we simply take our 9, move it over where the equal to sign is equal to 0, and then the value of the 9 is going to change sign. It was a negative 9 over there, and it becomes a positive 9 this side. Bring down the or, and this is going to be x is equal to positive 5.